All right, welcome back to the stream, everybody. We are coming back. You have rested here under this tree, right, until about night falls. As dawn turns to full night, you finally begin to see the flickering flames in the horizon of a large kind of campfire going on. And you realize that you've traveled too far to the west, and where you were trying to head is now to your northeast. What is the plan now that you have hit nightfall, and you now know where you're going?
Let's hunt some orc.
Let's hunt some orc.
I'm all about that. Let's make new friends.
All right. So, you begin traveling northeast, following the flickering light in the in the horizon. As you begin to approach it, it becomes more into view, and you, you begin to see a campsite come into view. The large kind of fire in the middle is where all of this is coming from. You see that there are 10 tents kind of in this haphazard circle, and the smell of cooking flesh and food begins to arise up from the center of the flame. You hear the sounds of speech and yelling and horsing around, along with the braying of some dogs penned up in the pen. You're probably about 100 feet away from this. You can kind of keep yourself a little bit concealed in the high grass if you crouch down, and as you look upon this scene of orcish encampment.
Okay. So, I guess I'll be hard to spot. So I want to stealth fly up and see how many I can count.
Stay away from the dogs. They might smell you.
Okay.
Yes.
You're gonna fly straight up in the air?
Yeah.
What are you doing exactly? Like you're flying straight up above your party, or are you flying into their camp?
Yeah. No. I am flying above them. That sounds like a horrible idea.
Okay.
Also, I'll get smoked out, and I got little lungs. All right.
Okay.
We don't need that in my life.
So you fly up as high as you can and begin to look at this camp. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 orcs out and about in the camp, along with the 10 tents, as well as 7 large wargs. As you fly up, you realize that they are too large to be mere dogs in the pen. They're large creatures at rest at the moment, but some of them, barking and braying a little bit, adding to the loud noises of the campment.
All right. So I fly back down, and I'm like, well, there's only about, I'd say, maybe 12, 13. I'm sure we can kill them all.
Cormac thinks about it.
I don't think we can kill that many.
Did you see the harp?
I can see a harp from here. You're crazy. I'm in
I didn't know.
Barry. I don't have a telescope for eyes.
Pile of equipment.
No, they have tents, so it's probably in the big tent. Maybe we can circle around and cut a small hole in the tent, and I can have a peek inside and see if it's in there.
I was just thinking, remember when we found that ooze in the forest and we poured the dust on the ooze and turned it invisible? I'm wondering if someone could sneak in and take the harp from them.
I'll just look at Gormac. Hey, do you want to go invisible?
I'm not sure if Gormac is the stealthiest. Also, would the harp turn invisible when he picked it up, or would he just be a floating harp leaving the camp?
I'm not sure how the invisibility powder works. Wizards who use spells to cast invisibility might be able to do such, but the powder is unknown to me.
Well,
That is a risk we would be taking.
I guess I'll do it, but I can't pick up a harp. If I can, I don't think I'll be able to fly very fast. It
I don't
probably
think you
weighs
can
more
carry
than
it.
I do. So you can do it.
Maybe you could pretend to be a ghost and say it's a haunted harp and we could scare them all away.
If
Oh,
you
that
tell me
makes-
which tent looks the biggest, I can go.
Oh. You'll see it. Just stay away from the dog pen. They have big dogs. Real big dogs.
They have dogs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some
Never
would say
mind.
like a warg.
They probably would be able to smell me and alert the presence of the orcs.
Not if you
Well-
rubbed yourself with something like grass first. Mask your scent.
I don't think grass has a smell. Go
That's
Mac,
the
does
point.
grass
Grass
have
definitely
smell?
smells.
Yes, grass has a smell, especially when you cut it, because that's the point where grass starts screaming.
Wow, that's deep.
How does Rose feel about that particular comment?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
That's not even like that's true. That's why like there's that fresh cut grass smell when you like mow the lawn.
Yeah, I know. It's a distress. It's
Yeah.
the grass and distress signal, but
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
don't-
wondering
I don't
how
think
Rose
Rose-
responds.
I don't think Rose would understand the concept of mowing a lawn. I don't think she's into British, lawn. She would look at you and she'd probably be like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you cutting off the like?" It just seems absurd to her, right? Because she doesn't has no like this is not aesthetically pleasing to her or something like that. So she would just find that weird.
You
in
probably
general.
like the Sea of Grass more, yeah? That's probably
Yeah, like
closer.
that's one of the most beautiful things she's seen so far. Oh.
Very neat. All right, so the 5 of you are a good 100, 150 feet away from this, kind of crouched low in the sea of grass, observing the partying, brain
Should we
orcs.
leave our valuables here in case they try and take them away?
I mean, they're all on the cart. Or did we not take the cart with us? I don't
we
even
didn't
remember.
take the
Anymore. Okay.
We're
Sure.
not leaving our stuff here in the dark. We'll lose it, you silly.
Yeah, I need
I
to
can
keep
see
everything
us-
I have.
Failing our rolls and not being able to find it anymore. Especially the wheel. Don't put down the wheel. Oh my god, could you imagine that Mercer losing his mind? I mean, it'd be funny, but he already doesn't like me.
I can't imagine why.
Well, that's not
Yeah,
very
I know.
nice.
I've been nothing but polite.
I think we should come from the east, because there's the dog pen on the west. Also,
Wait, which way is the wind blowing?
The wind is blowing ever so slightly from the east.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah, so if it's blowing from the east, then we want to come from the west, because then the wind will be blowing against us.
That's where the dogs are. I don't want to go near the dogs.
Maybe we can take care of the dogs while they're still caged. I know that sounds terrible.
There's 7.
It's not the dog's fault. They didn't steal anything.
Maybe we should just hail them and then trade with them or something instead
That's-
of
Oh, we
just
should have
attacking
brought the
them.
bard all tied up in your sack, and we could have just given him back. Ah, why didn't I think of that?
That's a horrible
First
thing
harp.
to do.
Well, if he's their slave, they technically own him. We're giving back lost stuff.
No.
My count's
What
up
if we
to
s-
12 to 13 orcs and 7 dogs. That's a little too much for us.
Yeah. We're going I don't know if diplomacy is going to work here. They're a group that rules by strength.
Right, well, we'll just challenge one of them to a feat of strength in order to acquire the harp.
Sure, and if that doesn't work,
And then we kill all of them
and how do we intend to do that?
with my axe.
And
my voice.
bow.
So
You-
I raise my hand slightly higher. I realize it was all covered by grass, so nobody could see anything. So I'm just like,
Oh, you want
one
to say something?
question.
Yes.
One question. So can't we just distract them and then one of us sneaks in? I think if we were to distract them, it would be much safer, right?
Okay, I'll be
For
right
everyone,
back, and I
what's the
just
distraction.
I think Emily did this thing last night that distracted everybody, even from sleeping.
That's the
Alright.
plan.
Emily, you fly off. What do you do?
Wait,
I'm
wait,
going-
Wait.
Wait, Janlar, you have your invisibility dust, right?
Yeah, let me
Put it
get
on.
into position first.
Put it on. Hurry.
I fly 250 feet west.
All right. Emily
wait.
begins flying off.
Oh,
She's
it's gonna
like, I have
take
a
me a
plan, and flies off, Janlar. What do you do?
Oh, is it gonna take her a while?
I can, if 250 feet, you got 10 rounds.
Yeah, I'd
you have
rather-
a minute.
A minute's gonna be not gonna be enough. I gotta cast some spells. I gotta get ready. I
You
say,
could burn
Emily,
some
come
spell
back.
slots.
Wait, no, you can cast a spell every 6 seconds.
Can I? Okay.
Yeah, welcome to 5e.
Your 2E is
Go.
showing a
That's
little
not a
bit. Remember, your spell slots, if they take an action, are just like a 6-second spell. When you do a ritual, it takes the 10 minutes.
More, I wanted to sneak up close first before he the interaction. But we got no plan. We're just going now. So I'm gonna cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
And start pouring the dust over my body. And
All right.
rubbing
Yeah, you empty the contents of this
know
dust
how
off of you. The gray dust just falls, and as it falls over you, you just begin vanishing in front of the eyes of your party until eventually nothing, no image of Janlar exists for the rest of you. He has completely and utterly disappeared in the grass. And
Emily would have loved that. I don't know why I didn't stick around for that.
you flew off. All right. So
I'm also casting Mage Armor. I don't know if you guys can see me, but I take a piece of cured leather out of my pouch and.
Would that break? No, it doesn't break if it's. I don't know. Never mind.
Yeah,
You
just have to
identified.
use
I think you would
He
know.
did say he did it
it
first. So.
I did say it.
Yeah.
He takes out his piece of leather. You begin to glow like faintly with this like ethereal blue shell around you, just very faint. And then you pour the dust on, and just everything disappears, and he's gone.
I reach out a hand. Can I touch him?
Yes, you can.
I poke him. Like,
Just like poking his face, like right.
is that just like?
After a few seconds, Jane
Does Rose get a little bit of magical dust on her fingertip and have like her fingertip vanish?
like her fingernail is just like gone. It's like
That was our last use of the dust of disappearance, right?
It was
Yeah.
correct.
We wasted one.
We wasted so much of it.
It was an experiment for science. What are you
All right.
talking
It was
about?
either that or spend 100 gold to identify it.
So Janlar, you've
I'm starting to
disappeared.
jog.
Mage armor. You begin jogging your way to the west.
Yeah, I'm gonna circle around to the west of the encampment.
Okay. You begin
and-
circling around to the west.
Wait, you're circling. Wait, which?
You want to go to the east.
Oh, Emily went to the
I
west.
am
Then
west.
I'll go the opposite way of Emily. Whichever. way
Because
she
that
goes.
was about to
Please
fuck up
roll
the
me
plan.
an intelligence saving throw, Janlar.
Perfect. Give me a second. Make sure I'm-
Please don't fuck this one.
Come on, wizard, make your intelligence.
All
save.
right. You remember that Emily flew off to the west, and you pause your tracks and jog off to the east to circle
Now I gotta
around.
go upwind.
Right. Okay.
Fine.
All right. The other three of you, do you just stand where you are?
I assume so.
Yeah, we don't really
All right.
have anywhere to go.
Emily,
Yeah, should we just try and hide here, maybe?
Yeah, the plan has to be to come back here because I don't know where else. to
Yeah.
go.
you're gonna hide?
Yeah, let's hunker down so that
All
they
right,
don't like
so
stand up.
Rose-
We hide by doing exactly what we've been doing. And just
Rose,
sitting
Tom,
in
and
progress.
Gormac, please give me stealth checks. Stealth. Yes, stealth.
So I do.
Dexterity, I guess, is fine. What skill applies to this stealth check? Do you think? How are you hiding yourselves?
Probably. Well, we're in the tall grass,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So it's not really a dexterity thing because we just kind of have to sit still.
Yeah. Do you think it's stealth constitution to like
was gonna say,
squat
roll
down?
I would
Dexterity.
say Constitution or Wisdom. One of those. It's like an ability. It's more about not doing anything.
I'll let
stupid.
you choose.
Those-
However you are hiding, if you are just squatting down in the grass trying to be as still as possible, I'll give you stealth constitution. If you're trying to like slip deeper into the shadows and use your like understanding of the surroundings to cover you, I'll let you roll stealth wisdom. Please make me stealth checks as you hunker down here.
Gormac's
Can
gonna
I-
go the old just be a statue route and use
Okay.
his constitution.
Sorry, can I ask? I do have. It's called. What's it called? Mask of Nature, I think.
Mask of the
As
Wild.
Yeah, you can hide very easily in nature.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
not our
So
problem.
do I get advantage on that? or-
I will give you advantage in this case. You are particularly good at this, where the rest of the party might not be.
I guess I take out my grassy blanket, right? I go, and then I just wrap it around me
You're
like
like
a
in
little
a ghillie
burrito.
suit. Nice. Yeah.
Next to Gormak, you know, I'm just in
Yeah.
this thing, and he's just
Yep.
like,
Gormak picked up a flower and is just holding it in front of himself.
I like it. Okay, so Faye, go ahead and give me your stealth check there. Emily, while your party members are hiding in the grass, you have raced off to the far to the west. What do you do?
I'm over here! Thunderclap. Just boom.
All of you hear this eruption of sound. Goosh! As the thunder erupts, the wargs immediately. And the orcs in camp, you can tell, immediately begin racing over to the dogs. They begin looking around. One of them begins speaking in Orcish. And about these four, we have a group of them. I'm on the GM layer, that's why I can't touch them. There we go. These four, begin making their way, and this guy, as a group, to the west, and off the screen, as they begin hunting down whatever was going on over there. These two begin coming out and begin looking around the tents in like a defensive position, along with this guy here. And you see these two begin yelling at the dogs, like in their orcish, and they're trying to like calm them down. One of them's got a big whip in hand, and these two and the larger chief kind of begin taking defensive positions around the fire. Emily, you see these 5 orcs begin racing to the west. They're backlit by this large campfire, but they're beginning to kind of seep into the darkness and the tall grass as they race towards you. What do you do?
I'm gonna fly down into the grass and then just keep flying north. So you gotta like good 5 turns and then my thunderclap again. So I'm in the grass, so I'm invisible and just flying north.
You go low into the grass and you begin wheeling your way north, and you thunderclap again. Boosh!
No, I'm saving. I'm gonna go like another 100 feet north, so that like I'm sending their attention another direction, right?
Right. You get 100 feet north. A second thunderclap goes off. The dogs again erupt. And the orcs begin chasing off after you as you begin leading them in a wild goose chase. Please give me a stealth check with your dexterity to fly low and in between the grass to try to hide yourself from them as you lead them on your chase.
Okay, come on.
Alrighty. We will shift away from that for the moment. Janlar, you've seen this eruption, or you've heard this eruption of noise. You've seen the camp come to life.
I would have already been traveling. He's told me I had a minute, so I would have been way closer to the. I would have been close to the.
Yeah. You're up here. You see all of this take place as you
Am I on this? Am I on this map at all?
You can be. There you are, Janlar. Please place yourself where you want to be.
We said I was going to come in from the east, right?
Yes, sir.
So then I would come in from probably over here-ish. No, east, you said. East. Yeah, you're right over here. I'd come in over here, and I'd start trying to move as close as I can toward this main tent.
All right. You begin sneaking your way through. Please give me a stealth check as you creep along the grass. You have advantage because you're invisible, but these orcs are, keeping a lookout for you.
You said stealth, advantage. So stealth is 2. Sure. Yeah. Hopefully that works. No, I gotta type in a roll first. Alright.
All right. You begin creeping along. But sure enough, as these things are keeping an eye out for you, you realize as you're invisible, you're leaving a wake in this grass that's high around your waist, and it kind of shifts and waves back and forth as you walk along. And you notice that both of these things begin looking at you and begin creeping forward as you are kind of like walking along here. And as soon as you take one extra step, they realize that something's there, and you can hear this barking in Orcish. And they begin advancing towards you, along with these two creatures here, barking at each other in their strange language. What do you do as you realize that you've been noticed?
I'm gonna take off running back the way I came. With this many orcs peering down on me.
All right, you begin running back the way you came. They begin chasing you. We have two separate chases going on. Fortunately for Emily, she loses the 5 orcs trailing her. You can see them spreading out, and they're searching for you as you're hiding. But they've lost your exact scent, and it's taking them some time to comb through the grass looking for you. Janlar, these things take off after you, following your trail. Where do you go?
I'm gonna try to circle around and run back to the safety of my party.
Okay. They follow you, following this trail you leave in the grass as they circle around back to the party. Let's just throw us over to, like, can we just get like a blank page? Boom. Boom. All right, blank page. Party, you have combat. You know what? We don't need a page of combat, do we? Yeah, well, we're here now.
We're not on the page.
We will be soon. Boom.
There we go.
All right, Janlar, you are invisible and running back towards the party. Rose, Tom, and Gormak. Rose was not there. Boom. Please put yourselves in position as you want to be.
I'd like the party to note that they can't see me, so they just see 4 orcs running at them.
Yes.
And they have no knowledge.
I mean, we might see the trail on the grass. If the orcs are following them.
You do
You might be
see
able to.
a trail of grass coming after you.
But it's dark. It might be hard for them to see that.
All
Which
right.
direction are they coming from?
They are coming this direction from the top of the screen down towards you, camp being up above them.
All right.
Alrighty, I want all of you to roll initiative.
Do you want me not to? Because I'm not in the combat?
You are not in the combat. You are actively hiding.
I'll get comfy.
All right, the orcs go on 19. 2, 3. Alrighty, let's see here. We have Tom at 19 as well. We have Janlar at 10. We have Rose at 5. And Gormak, I'm waiting on you.
Yep.
All right, and Gormak at 10. All right, Tom, what's your dex?
0.
0. These orcs all go first. They are racing down towards you all, and they can't see this target in the grass. But this one here really wants to try. So it runs up and it begins attacking the air in front of this grass, trying to figure out where exactly you are, Janlar. And I need to find exactly what their attack roll is. He wields this mighty axe as he comes to swing it down on top of your head. But he has disadvantage. So, he has a 17 to hit you. I assume that hits with your mage armor?
I suspect that still hits.
Oh, you're muted, Daniel.
Sorry. Yes, it does. I apologize.
Alrighty, yes, he swings a big wide arc in this area where there's a person running as he catches up to you, and he swings it for 5 points of damage as it bites through your blue armor and strikes into your shoulder.
As a wizard at level 2, I have selected abjuration magic, so I have an arcane ward that goes off. And you see my arcane ward pop out and take this damage for me, so I guess it's probably like a shield of some kind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so at the last moment, as the axe breaks through your mage armor, you see everyone around you, this flash of blue light just whoosh in the air around you, and the axe seems to just, like, deflect up and around it, and the orc screams in rage and frustration as he misses. The other 3 are going to charge up at the people in their lane. This guy is actually...
Which is probably Gormak with his fantastic 6 on stealth.
Yeah, with his 6 stealth roll. Yeah.
That is true. They are going after Gormak if they can. These ones can't get there. This guy, he's gonna roll to see if he sees you. He does not. So he's going.
He
after
doesn't even see Gormak.
he's just very confused. Actually, this guy just stands here. He runs forward and he just stands here, very confused. These 2 try to race towards Gormak, but they can't get there this round. And that brings us to Tom. You see these orcs just pop up and race forward. One attacks the air and gets the flash of light. What do you do?
Well, looks like the jig is up, so I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith as a bonus action, then I'm running up to this guy and taking a swing at him with my mace.
Excellent. Yes, you have advantage. He didn't see you.
Perfect. So 2d20, d1 plus... that's a great question. I think it's plus 4. I'm just gonna roll plus 4 and I'll check it. 20 to hit. I assume that hits either way.
Yes, you definitely hit.
Alright, so d8 plus 2... Takes 7 points of damage from the swing.
Okay, yes, your orc is like looking around, trying to see Gormak, trying to see anybody. He's lost. He doesn't know what to do. You pop up behind him, come with this big overhead strike, clock him right in the back of the head. Blood flies. He's uncertain what to do, and takes about half his health and damage. Just falls to a knee and just like in pain, like trying to hulk up in front of you.
I used the wrong damage die, but it's in the bounds of a d6 anyway, so I think it's fine.
Sounds good. I will leave it as is. That sounds good to me. All right, that leads us to Janlar and Gormak. Who has the higher dex?
Janlar's got a higher dex.
All right, Janlar. What do you do as you've abjured this damage away from you? What is your next move?
I'm not sure if I cast a spell or attack if this powder is gonna go away. This guy's engaged with me. Can I disengage from this orc that's trying to attack me and try to back away toward...
Yes, you're invisible. You could take your action to like dodge away from him and back up.
Yeah, can I actually just move away from him and not try to disengage and just try to come over here and aid Tom?
Yeah, sure. So you disengage and walk away. You go to aid Tom. How are you gonna aid Tom in his efforts here?
Well, I don't want to attack. Actually, Tom already attacked, so I guess I would aid Gormak. Gormak hasn't moved forward. I guess I would just disengage and get ready to help Tom next round.
Okay. Yeah, you get ready to like intervene to try to give him some help in his combat. That sounds good. Gormak, you're hiding behind a daisy. You've seen combat break out. What do you do?
Part of me is tempted to continue remaining perfectly still because that was the plan, and just think that he's like, they haven't seen me yet. But the one of them I think is like looking right at me. It's probably pretty clear. Gormak, I guess, will stand up and look at Tom and be like, are we killing or just maiming?
Might as well kill them.
Well, we're gonna have to kill all of them then.
We'll start with the 4 and see where things go.
Gormak will advance forwards and he's gonna strike the orc in front of him.
All right.
With I'm gonna use the flat of my axe. I'm just gonna swing it like a big old hammer.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Go for it. Yeah, you slip your axe around to kind of show the flat side. Take a big huck and swing at him.
Oops. That was almost roll 1d 207 instead of d20 plus 7.
A 14. It does indeed strike true.
Okay.
You thwap him across the side of the axe.
12 plus 5. 11 points.
Oh, you hit him. You take a big wide swing, hit him with a flat. He just takes this hit, staggers to the side, gives you this like dazed like look as he gets thumped for so much damage. He's gonna save to drop his weapon. He got hits for so much dazing damage.
Daze damage.
Oh my goodness. He does manage to hold on to his weapon, but he's definitely stunned for a brief moment.
Okay. And then I think I'll use my bonus action. That's the wrong file. I'll use my bonus action to Hammering Horns.
Okay.
Which is a strength save on his part, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then he will save. He's better with strength, though. He appreciates strength. 12.
15. Nope. So I just toss him with my horns and I throw him 10 feet farther back towards his bud.
Yes, absolutely. You hit him and then rip around with your horns. Whoosh! He goes flying 10 feet backwards away from you, lands on the ground prone, and doesn't get up very quickly.
Gormac will look at the one right behind it and go, "I bring a challenge for your chieftain."
Okay, awesome. That brings us to Rose. You've seen all of this just erupt around you while you were hiding. What do you do?
So I'm going to extend my quarterstaff to one side, and then you see those little, like you see the grass just wrapping quickly around her quarterstaff as she casts Shillelagh, right? And then you just hear the sound of ruffling as she scampers through the, or runs through the grass rather, over to here.
Okay.
And attacks the one in front of her.
Okay, and he is lying on the ground prone, so you have advantage to strike him.
17.
All right, 17. You hit him, and go ahead and roll damage. Yeah.
7.
He like lying on the ground. You take your staff wrapped in vines and just bring it down on top of his head. You hear a sickening crunch as the light just drains out of its eyes as it looks at you and lies back very dead on the ground. Which brings us around to these orcs now. The one that Tom hit turns around to face you and begins to raise its axe in an attempt to strike back very groggily. Oops, my bad.
Oh, I was very confused. A green 0.
Yeah, for an 18
that
to
is a
strike
miss.
you. That is a miss. All right, it glances off of your armor, and it just begins snorting in anger. This one here sees that it could probably get some help over here for his friend, and he's going to run down to try to attack you as well with his great axe. And he crits with his great axe. That is bad news bears.
Not good. Do orcs have brutal crit like half orcs do?
This one does not say it has brutal crit.
Okay.
It does have a bonus action to move its speed towards a hostile creature that it can see. But it hits you for 17 points of damage.
I am unconscious.
All right, you go unconscious as this axe just cleaves deeply into your torso. The remaining one is going to approach Rose here, having seen its fellow comrade hit to death, and in a shrieking rage, like swings its great axe down at you as well. Oops. And it will strike for a 21.
Yeah. That's it.
And it will strike for 13
Oh,
points
my
of
lordy.
damage. All right.
That hurts.
That hurts. That
hurts.
hurts. And with that, the orcs are done. Tom, you are unconscious. Are you making death saving throws?
Yes, I
Please
am.
make a death saving throw for me.
First one is a fail.
That's a first one is a failure. Okay.
What's your level 2 HP, Tom?
15.
Okay.
Alrighty. Janlar, you are invisible, standing above a gurgling and bleeding out Tom, having seen him felled by the large hulking green-skinned creature in front of you. What do?
Is it possible to try to stabilize him while I'm invisible? Is that
You can definitely try. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stabilize him then.
All right. You reach down and begin to try to commit medicine while invisible. You.
It's only committing medicine if you roll a 1.
All right, fair enough. Please roll a medicine check to try to stabilize him.
This is not
You are
great.
way more generous than I would be. There'd be like a nice disadvantage slapped on top for that loss of eye-hand coordination.
That's not good because I'm also not very good at medicine. Ooh.
A 15. You stabilize Tom. You find the wound and you begin placing it back together, and you take strips of this grass and begin binding him up really quick, and you find a way to stop the bleeding, and the threat of his immediate death is abated. That brings us to Gormak. You've seen your companion
seeing
fall.
Tom go down.
Yes.
Gormak is going to let out a mighty bellow, lower his head, and go charging towards this guy.
Oh my goodness! All right, you lower your head and you charge him. Please roll
And
the hit.
and bonus action rage on the way.
Absolutely. Steam comes out of your nose in a hot
Yep.
anger, and you charge this man with your head down.
I attack the first one. I think it's going to hit.
20 definitely hits. Yes. This is the one that Tom had struck before.
Okay. Well, he's dead then. Gormak is no longer holding back on lethal damage.
On lethal damage.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I don't roll a d20 damage. I roll a d12 damage.
I'll
So he
wait
takes
for him to
another
clean this
14.
giant
He
heart.
takes a 14. Your horns just pierce him in the chest. You hear
This
this.
is with the great axe.
Oh, that was with your great. I thought you put your horns down.
I lowered my head when I charged, but I attack with the axe.
Oh, okay.
Plus 7 to damage.
Raging. 5 strength plus 2 for rage.
Your great axe cleaves his head clean off. It goes flying like a soccer ball, and the rest of his body just slumps to the ground as you strike this creature.
So he's dead?
He is dead.
How far did I move? Like 20 feet?
About.
I take a step forward.
Excellent. You get in front of this thing. Both of you have felled creatures in one hit. Both of you with great axes. He snarls at you, welcoming the challenge. That brings us to Rose. You've been
Right.
struck by this axe. What do you do?
So, okay. I'm pretty badly hurt right now. But Rose, like, I guess I heard the scream of Tom going, like, down in the background, right? And she, like, turns her head, looks over her shoulder for a second, and she sees that he has, like, slumped to the ground. And she looks at the orc in front of her. And she touches her neck where Rose is, and then she, like, gently touches, like, extends two fingers and touches the grass next to her. And what happens is that just over Tom, like, where he's laying, like, the long grass just covers him up entirely. Like, and then a few seconds later, it just all, just goes to the side again, which is like it looks like a blossom that opens, right? Because all the grass are closed. Then it opens again, and she casts, like, healing word on him.
All right, you speak the healing words to the grass, and they touch Tom to bring him back.
Right, that's a
Please roll for
D4.
the amount of hit points he
8.
recovers.
Ooh, beautiful.
Tom, you feel life breathed back into you with a gasp. Your wounds knit together by the grasses as they like suture into the wound itself, and the blossoms come around you. You see Gormak standing over you, blood on his axe, a dead body next to you. For record-keeping purposes, your death save will stay with you until you long rest.
Okay.
The one failure will.
That's just a bonus action, right? So I could still attack.
Yes, that was my next thing. Is you've used your bonus action to heal. What else do you do?
I'm going to turn around and I'll try to strike that guy, I guess.
All
wanted
right.
What did you say?
I said you could also take your action to dodge and give him disadvantage on his attacks against you, depending on if you want to go for killing or not being killed.
Yeah, I guess I could. He's not hurt yet. No, he is hurt, right? I have heard him. Is he hurt?
No, you killed
no, that's
one
a
of them in
different guy.
front of you. Yeah.
You could also disengage and move back as well. You've
Yeah, I
got
could
plenty
do that.
Do you have options? You got options.
Yeah, I think I'll just disengage then, and just move a little bit. For now.
All right. You begin
Yes.
beating back his attacks with your shillelagh, and
Yeah.
move back away from him towards the party here.
And I'm just gonna move like maybe slightly behind Tom because he tends to use fire. So
I like it. All right.
slightly behind.
With that, the orcs go. This one here next to Gormak rises to the challenge, beats his chest, and goes "Ah!" and swings his mighty axe at you.
He'll probably hit.
For a 20.
Yeah, it hits. Yeah.
Okay.
You only take
Have
half
very
you're
poor
rolling
AC,
so
but
well.
very decent health.
He strikes you for 8 slashing damage, which I believe you resist.
Yeah,
as the
I
axe
take 4.
bites into your like hidey chest for damage. This one here is angered, but sees an opportunity to perhaps help his friend bring down a mighty foe, and so races forward to attack as well. Sadly, orcs do not have pack tactics, but he strikes with a 15.
I'll still hit.
Okay. For an additional 9 points of damage on you as his axe bites into the back of you.
Okay.
All right, Tom, you're lying on the ground. You've felt life beast back into you. You see the clash of axes in front of you. What do you do?
I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna take a swing at the guy who hit me.
Absolutely, yes.
Alright, so +4 is a miss.
Yeah, you stand
Unless
up
there's
and take
any
a
like surprise element to it since I'm getting up from the dead.
No, he's in full battle mode and you're kind of in front of him. He notices you rise up and take a wild swing. He kind of just ducks to the side and your mace bounces off the large pauldron on his hide armor. Janlar, you are next. You see Tom rise from the dead after your ministrations and the healing magic of a rose. What do you do? You are muted.
Sorry, I'm still invisible, and I think the tide is starting to swing our way, so I'm not going to attack and become uninvisible just yet.
Okay.
But I would like to try to aid Gormak and give him advantage on his next swing.
Okay. Yeah.
So I want to come behind this guy that he's fighting with,
Mhm.
face, and just kind of like yell in his ears. And try to distract him.
He's in like a full rage with his axe. He's swinging around, and you get up next to him, and you're just like, "Ah!"
Maybe I'll just yell like, "You're gonna die. He's gonna kill you."
Cormac's gonna kill you. Excellent. Yes, you do that. Gormak, you hear Janlar's voice chanting around you. Gormak's gonna kill you. What do you do?
I guess I'll attack the one that Janlar is mocking.
Yes.
He attacked me. I'll attack him.
You have advantage from the aid that Janlar is giving to you.
Okay. To do an advantage roll, it's 2d20 d1, right?
I just rolled 2d20 plus whatever, and I just mathematics
you
the
just
highest
pick-
roll.
you just
But
pick the
you,
one.
yes, you can do slash roll 2d20 d1, and that should
Okay.
work.
All right. Well, that's 22 to hit.
Perfect. Yes, you strike him true with your axe.
1d12 plus 7 because I'm raging.
For 18,
Takes
in a
18
single blow, you cleave this poor orc in twain as he dies gurgling bloodily at your feet. And that is that is your turn. Rose, you see the bloody death of another orc in front of you. There's only one remaining. What do you do?
Oh, sorry, muted. I'm still terribly hurt so I'm gonna whip out the sling, I guess. And like instead of I guess I just drop the quarterstaff in that moment, right? And cast magic stone, and I try to sling.
All right.
Like throw a magic stone at this.
Yeah.
I blow on the stone, and it looks like a tiny stone that is packaged in like a little grass package.
Oh, like the grass just grows
Seems right.
around it and hardens.
One of those
Exactly.
cat toys.
Yeah, pretty
Nice.
much. It probably also smells the same. So
Nice. You blow on the stone. It packs itself nice and up. You whip out your little vines and begin swinging it around. And you
17
strike true, striking the orc in the face with your packed stone.
for 5
For
damage.
5 damage. Yes, the orc just, and then it picks up its axe. It looks around, sees that its comrades are fallen, and it will roll my own personal little homebrew here. It rolls for its morale, but it realizes that it is a proud fighter. It must prove to be the strongest orc and take down these worthy foes. And instead whips up its axe again and strikes at the biggest, scariest of the lot, Gormak. For a 16.
16 hits.
All right, 15 hits you, so yeah, that would too.
Yep.
He strikes you
Cormac's
for...
AC is only 13.
Okay, yeah, he strikes you for 10 points of slashing damage once again with his axe. And he gives a mighty roar in Orcish. And it is, Tom, your turn once again.
All right. We need to finish this guy, so I'm going to run up and take a swing at him, and that should hit.
That does indeed hit.
That's a d6 plus 2. He takes 7 points
Takes
of damage.
7 points of damage. He crumples a little bit, falls to one knee momentarily as he stands back up, working the injured shoulder, bloodied and angered, but still carrying on the good fight. Janlar, you are invisible, and you see the orc on his last life. What do you do?
How long has it been since I first became invisible? Has it been...
A matter of probably 10 minutes at the most.
Okay. I'm gonna start heading back toward the orc encampment.
That's a good idea.
Excellent. Yes.
I like it.
You move off the map. You are gone, running back towards the orcish encampment. Gormak, you've been struck multiple times by this creature in the back.
Yep.
What do you do?
Gormak will, after that last blow falls across his back and shoulders, he's just going to kind of slowly turn to face this thing, raise his axe, twist it for the flat side, and just drop it like a hammer on top of this guy's head.
Like a hammer, please roll to hit.
1d20 plus 7.
You strike true, cracking down with the blunt of your axe across his head.
For 13 points of damage.
All right, you do so and strike it unconscious immediately. You just see the light in its eyes, the anger, the fire just drain. It goes dark and he just falls like a heavy sack of potatoes in the grass in front of you.
All right. So immediately I'm gonna heal up Gormak's wounds here with a Cure Wounds spell. So you get 5 hit points back.
Okay.
And I say, start moving toward the camp. We're gonna come in from the south. I have an idea to help Janlar.
All right.
Gormak raging still will be like, "Give me their heads."
Perfect. Keep that spirit going, and we start running to the camp.
All right.
How far are we from the camp?
You guys are still about 100 feet from the camp. The
so
battle
it'll
came
be a
to
couple
you.
rounds.
Yeah, my rage will end before we
All
get
right,
there.
so you begin
No,
moving
no.
towards the camp.
Yeah, so basically, Emily's still way off somewhere doing her weird thing.
Yes.
Janlar's going to be going back in from the east again, I assume. And then we're going up, and we're just going to try and go right in from the south.
All right, you guys are going in from the south. We are going to go ahead and switch
Mac.
you back here.
Gormac, you could punch yourself in the face. Every
I
turn.
technically could, yeah. I could inflict self damage to keep my rage going, but it seems a little silly.
Okay,
I think
so
it makes sense for like emergencies, right?
Before we
Yeah.
race back into the camp, Emily, you've been flying around low in the grass, trying to escape and evade these 5 orcs. You hear them begin to call. You hear them begin to call out to themselves in their orcish language. Excuse me. The creatures are beginning to slow and give up the track. And you begin to hear one of them begin to speak very slowly and common. There's like another voice as you're hiding. Definitely not orcish. And it says, "We need to find the little nuisance back here, but the camp is under attack. I can hear the sounds of war. Find them for us." And this kind of smaller, softer voice goes, "Yes, of course I will. I always find my prey." And it begins sniffing around. You hear this like loud snorting low and in the grass as it comes after you. The other 5 orcs begin their trek back. What do you do?
I'm going to fly straight up my full movement. So that's 50 feet.
Okay.
Up.
You immediately burst up, whoosh, 50 feet up into the air. You see this hunched over, low, green and gray and blue scaled looking creature. It's got fins across its head and like the scales glisten in the burgeoning moonlight. It is head low and sniffing. It looks up to you with this vaguely human face and breathes in deeply. And begins to pounce its way over towards you as you're up into the air.
I'll flip him off. We all know that, right?
You give him the finger as it gets underneath you. It raises up and screams a banshee scream.
There go the
Please
headphone users
save.
again.
Yeah, telling me, Jesus.
Please make a wisdom saving throw.
I can do that for you. No, I only got 10.
You feel your wings paralyze and start to twitch as you plummet to the ground in front of it, just struck and paralyzed. The creature kind of grabs you in its little clawed hands and begins wafting its way into the grasses. You get to save every round. So as it's walking away, please roll me D6, and we will see how many rounds it takes for you to eventually pass this saving throw. All right, in 6 rounds, you will become unparalyzed. But for now, it is walking its way slowly into the night with your pixie body. Janlar, you make it into camp first. You are invisible, racing back around the way you came from the east. The campsite in front of you is much the same, but you see that the one next to the dogs over here, that is now opening and beginning to cut away the bindings of the fencing.
Okay.
It seems they're beginning to whip up the dogs into a bit of a frenzy. What do you do, Janlar?
Is this one still here that I'm pinging? He's still standing right in front of the tent.
Yes.
All right.
Bigger than the other orcs, and holding a big axe.
Do I think, I don't know how far I can see, do I think I could sneak past him while he's standing in that doorway, or is it too too narrow of a doorway for me to try to slide past?
It would be a tight squeeze. You'd probably have to be very careful not to bump them. But you could potentially get it done. You think it would be a test.
All right, I want to move kind of closer up here. And I'll wait for another round before trying to sneak in.
Is there enough space at the bottom of the tent that he could squeeze in below it, or
It is basically staked into the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
right?
I'm assuming these are like stakes in here. That
Yeah.
This is like the tent just kind of looks like it might have holes, but it. Yeah. So I'm gonna get up close to here and see if I can like hear anybody talking inside, before I try to make my way past it and move.
All right. You listen. Please give me a perception check.
Perception is wisdom, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wisdom perception. You listen closely, and you do not hear the sounds of anything inside. But you do hear the sounds of these dogs whipping up into a frenzy. You have probably another round at the most before your party members arrive. What do you do?
All right. If I have another round, then I'm gonna start to try to make my way and slide past this orc into the main tent.
All right.
Oh, the balls on
Please
him.
make a
Shit.
stealth dexterity check to wiggle your way past him without bumping into him or alerting him of your presence.
You said stealth. Let me just make sure I got that right.
Yep. Stealth dexterity.
It's +2. Ooh.
You wiggle your way, trying to just wedge past this thing, and you get your foot caught just a little bit on one of the ropes of the tent, taut on the stake. You try to free yourself without making any noise, and as you wiggle just enough, you crash into the side of this creature, and it lets out a surprised yelp. And the three of our new companions begin to arrive at the south side of camp just as this is happening.
So
And
I'm gonna. Oh,
right there, before you do anything else, we will take our second break, and we will come back in about 5 minutes. We will see you then, guys.